NAGAYA is and how the concept really works and how can it really shape your future and the people around you. So wherever you are watching all over the world, I welcome you to the NAGAYA family. We are looking to create a revolution in the crypto asset industry by creating a hybrid concept like no other, right? We are looking to share this concept to people all around the world. We are looking to receive your feedbacks wherever you are. Give us your feedbacks, give us what you think, and join in and let's be a part of this global revolution of this digital asset that we believe soon will be a part of the whole world, that everybody in the whole world will be able to know about. So let's take a look at the concept, at how it works, and do keep an open mind, and don't forget to give us a feedback. And if you're watching the session live, we'll have a question and answer at the end. I'll just show you my screen right now real quick. Okay. So NAGAYA Technologies, we are a part of Access, which is the Singapore Cryptocurrency and Blockchain Industry Association. And we are also part of the Singapore FinTech Association because we are a Singapore-based company. GBC, which is gold-backed cryptocurrency. Why is there a GBC logo? You're going to take a look at it together. All right, so before we start, just a few disclaimers for you to take a look at. And the privacy policy. All right, disclaimers, you can just take a look, pause the video if you need to read further about this. So before we get to NAGAYA, I'm sure you've heard of Bitcoin. It's basically what everyone is talking about the whole world now, right? Bitcoin has a massive potential, yeah? Crazy potential. Why is that? We're talking about it from an asset point of view, from a capital gain point of view. I'm sure you must have agreed that the potential for increase in Bitcoin itself is incredible, right? Just for example, if you would have purchased $1,000 worth of Bitcoin in the year 2011, at this point of time, as per this video is taken in April 2022, your asset would be worth somewhere close to $4 million. Ridiculous, right? And what's beautiful about it is 4,000, so this is supposed to be 4,000 times in 11 years. What's crazy about it is Bitcoin's price, Bitcoin's increment is not even the biggest gains people are getting in crypto, right? So there's other crypto assets that's, digital assets that has increased 1,000 times, 100,000 times, and within a short span of time. It's crazy what's happening in the digital asset world out there. Keeping all the negative aspects aside, the kind of gains that you can get from these digital assets is remarkable. But these are what you're seeing on TV. These are what you're seeing on the news. These are what you're seeing on, the crypto pages out there. But nobody will talk about these kind of stuffs. What about this one? This is a very recent news in April 12, 2022, that the total value locked in DeFi takes a hit, losing $21 billion in just 6 days. More than half of Bitcoin investors are in the red. 92% of blockchain projects have already failed. Right? If you take a look at the market, coinmarketcap.com, exchanges all over the world, you can count only a finite amount of crypto assets out there actually survive. If at all they survive, their value drops down. Only a very tiny percentage, minute percentage of the crypto assets out there actually gain substantial value. 95% of traders lose money and fail. This is all data, right? Rug pulls, we're talking about rug pulls. There's a lot of rug pulls that happen. Rug pull is basically assets, crypto assets that are already in the market, yet the developers suddenly just pull out the liquidity and just run. Nobody can track them. Crypto scammers took a record $14 billion in 2021 alone. And number of dead coins surpassed 1,700 as scammers flourish. Now, this industry is a promising industry, but at the same time, we take a look at all these assets that have failed. Yes, if we talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these big assets, yes, they're up there. But what about the other crypto assets out there that have just appeared and disappeared? Those that have no legality, those that have no asset to back it up, those that have no real projects, they just appear, they promise you gains, they disappear. The worst part is regulations all over the world when it comes to crypto is still minute, is still very minimum, and people are losing money in all these projects. So at the same time, we agree together that it has potential. This technology of blockchain that enables us to transfer value from one individual to another without the need of an intermediary. That's why Bitcoin was first created, right? It works. The technology works. Blockchain works. It is secure. But the usage of blockchain technology, that's still a big question mark. So the question that we can ask ourselves is there a crypto asset out there that is more secure in terms of its legality, in terms of its technology, and in terms of its long-term value potential, in terms of its company, that comes from a legit company that is there to protect your money, not to run away with it? It has a solid long-term potential. That means we're not just talking about technology here. Right? Everyone's technology, we can talk about technology, but what about its concept? What about its risk management? What about its utilities? What about its projects? An asset that can develop promising value, not only to utilities, not only to vendors out there, but also to you as an investor, as a holder, as an asset keeper. Is there anyone out there? And it is trusted worldwide. Right? Let's face it, adoption of crypto all over the world is still not as what we expect it to be. There are already few countries that has accepted crypto asset as a legal tender, as a means of payment, but not a lot. Why? Right? That's a question we need to ask. Is there an asset that has already achieved worldwide trust? That's a question we need to ask ourselves. If there is an asset like this that is more secure, that has a solid long-term potential, that is trusted worldwide, do you agree that this asset has potential? So in the year 2018, a man by the name Mr. Johannes Chandra, he saw the rise and fall of cryptocurrencies. At that point of time, the value of Bitcoin dropped massively to just $4,000 per Bitcoin. A lot of people lost money in crypto. A lot of people lost money to scams out there. And he asked himself this question: can there be an asset that is relatively more secure, it has a solid long-term potential, and is trusted worldwide? Right? He and his team did some research, and he found that there's three big problems in the crypto asset industry out there that in NAGAYA Technologies we are trying to solve. The first problem is huge, massive volatility. Take a look at Bitcoin's price today. Just pause this video, go to coinmarketcap.com or any one of your favorite exchanges, take a look at Bitcoin's price. Traders enjoy that kind of pricing. Right? It can go up and it could go down as easily. That means every day there's a potential to make money, make profits. You are right, we agree. Right? But what about investors like us? Investors who keep our money and just sit down and watch. If an asset can lose 50% of its value or more in a single day, questions need to be asked. That means it is not stable and mature yet to be trusted as a global payment method. Will it be in the future? Maybe. Maybe, there's no denying that. But at this point, it is still not mature yet. But this is still not the worst part. Volatility is common in crypto assets. What about failed projects? Rug pulls. Coins that are already in the market suddenly pull the liquidity and the developer just runs away. or they have no more value because there is no projects, no promising projects, there's no utilities. The holders that bought in the beginning sold their coins because they realized there's no more value holding this asset. And whether you believe it or not, this is not even the worst part. What about the scams? What about those that promise you lucrative amounts but went missing? They cannot pay you. The website cannot be opened. The companies cannot be opened. These three are, as what Mr. Johannes Chandra and his team figured out, the biggest challenges that crypto needs to address for them to gain trust worldwide as a payment method. Do you agree? That if the technology of crypto assets, with its potential, if they can solve these three problems, then they have potential to become trusted worldwide as a global payment method. Do you agree with me? Now, for us to solve these three problems, there are some solutions we can do. Are there only one solution for all these? No. But as what we have researched, there are solutions for these three problems. For them to not be volatile, they need to be backed by a more mature asset. Let's talk about it in an analogy of a child. If a child is still learning how to walk, right, they need to be guarded by someone who is more older to hold their hand, so that when they fall, it can still be risen up. Right? It needs to be hedged by a more stable asset. Precious metals like gold is one of them. Right? We can talk about real estate, properties, commodities to back their asset. Something that is more stable, something that has been around for longer, to hedge the value of these assets so that it doesn't become too volatile in the future, and so that it has intrinsic value, these assets. That's the first one. Second, how is it so that their project doesn't lose value, right, and don't eventually the value go down to zero? They need to run projects that provide benefits to holders. Think about it this way. You buy their asset. They run projects. If they can't provide benefit to you from their profits, it's not fair. What's the point of you holding their asset anymore? You need to receive the benefit from the project they run. Right? When they have projects that is sustainable, that is solid, and they have utilities, that way their value won't go down to zero. And of course, legality and transparency. They need to be run by a company that has integrity, that is legit, that is transparent, and you can track the whereabouts, the office, and you can have a customer service to call if you have any questions. And this is what we are trying to build in NAGAYA. NAGAYA is called as the world's first hybrid crypto asset. Why is it called hybrid? We're going to talk about it together, right? But the asset we're talking about here is NAGAYA. What exactly is NAGAYA? NAGAYA aims to be a digital asset that is more comfortable and trusted to be accepted as a global payment method. Now, are there already companies out there that trust this asset as a global payment method? Yes. We're going to take a look at it together. Yeah. Now, as an asset class, for you as a holder, why does this matter? NAGAYA is designed to be an asset that is relatively more stable without having to be a stable coin, which still has a tendency to increase with time. So at the same time, the value doesn't go up and down too much, but at the same time, it still has potential to increase in the future. How does that work? Right? We're going to take a look at it together. Why NAGAYA? Let's first take a look at why NAGAYA is good for you as a choice for your digital asset for long term. Why should you hold NAGAYA? The first one is a legitimate company registered in the Republic of Singapore. Member of Access and Singapore FinTech Association is what we have shared. And NAGAYA has recently been awarded the Jang Yong-sil International Science and Culture Award 2022 from the South Korean Ministry of Science and technology. The company has received this award recently. We're going to take a look at it together. Now, this is what's beautiful from this asset. NAGAYA is backed by LBMA grade gold. Again, it has to be backed by a more mature asset to protect its value so that it doesn't drop too much. And what NAGAYA has chosen is gold, an asset that has been trusted for hundreds of years as a hedge for currencies, right? Receives benefits from project profits. That means NAGAYA will be running projects and the projects will be providing benefits to you as a NAGAYA holder. Transparency available for holders. You can take a look at the gold transparency, project transparency, and everything. We're going to take a look at it together later on. Right now, NAGAYA has a very solid community in Asia, to be precise, in South Korea, Singapore, Indonesia, Malaysia, Vietnam. Yeah, and there are several countries as well. And it already has multiple external utilities. Yeah. Some of them including payment method for a shopping center in South Korea. That means NAGAYA will be used as a payment method for a shopping center, a brick and mortar physical shopping center in South Korea. We're going to take a look at it together as well. It is also a payment method, accepted payment method for a skincare and cosmetic company also in South Korea. And it is also the accepted payment method for small and medium-sized enterprise in South Korea. We're going to take a look at all of it together. So this is why NAGAYA is interesting. We are trying to redefine and recreate the crypto asset industry by providing a concept that is legal, that is transparent, that is relatively more stable, with a tendency to increase with time. We want you to feel comfortable holding this asset for your long-term, as a long-term asset, without having to fear that one day it will lose its value too much. Now, how does it work? Let's take a look at it together. Right? This is our company registration. NAGAYA Technologies Private Limited is officially registered in Singapore, as you can see here. Why Singapore? You can take a look at it yourself. You can Google it, Singapore. Why? It is one of the most trusted countries in the world and has huge integrity when it comes to companies. And this is the amazing moment that has happened for NAGAYA Technologies Private Limited, because recently the company has been awarded the Jang Yong-sil International Science and Culture Award 2022 for their concept, for the concept that combines digital asset with real physical asset. As you can take a look at it together, this is the picture of the coronation, what happened in South Korea. It's amazing, right? So what does the concept look like? Why does this company receive such award by the government of South Korea? So NAGAYA works really simple, right? So if you purchase, the total supply is 50 million. If you purchase one NAGAYA coin during the ICO stage, before it gets listed, yeah, 50% of the fund during the ICO stage is used to purchase gold. That means right now we're in the ICO stage, right? 50% of the fund that you use to purchase NAGAYA is used to purchase gold. That means no matter what happens to the value of the NAGAYA in the future, it is already protected by an amount of gold that's backing your NAGAYA up. Right? That means if it can go up, it can go up. Think about it this way. But if it goes down, it will not go down below the value of gold that's backing it up. This is the reason why NAGAYA received the award. Right? And this is also the reason why NAGAYA is called a hybrid crypto asset. Now, it is backed by gold, but it's not 100% backed by gold. If it's 100%, it's called a stable coin. Right? 50% in the beginning, and there is an allocation of the remaining that is used to run projects. Right? We're talking about real life physical projects. And from the benefits, from the profits of the project, there is an allocation that will be used to increase the amount of the gold supply backing your NAGAYA up. Right? That means if you take a look at it, this is your NAGAYA, this is the gold supply, this is projects. So from the projects, the profits every month, of course, there's no fixed amount. However much the profit, there is an amount that will be used to increase this gold supply, gold reserve that's backing your NAGAYA up. But the NAGAYA doesn't increase. There's only 50 million. Right? That means the gold increases, but the NAGAYA remains. It means the gold that's backing your NAGAYA up will increase with time. This is why NAGAYA is called as hybrid crypto asset, because it combines the benefits of both stablecoin and utility asset. Now, I would like to highlight over here that NAGAYA is used for utility purposes and is not deemed as a capital markets product within the definitions of the Securities and Futures Acts. In short, NAGAYA is not a security token. So right now, NAGAYA runs one project. In the future, if we run two projects, that means there will be gold increment that happens from two projects. Think about it like that. 3 projects, 3 times gold increment a month. 4 projects, 4 times gold increment, and so on. No matter how much projects that we run in the future, however much profits that is generated, it's transparent. I'm going to show you how to take a look at it together. They add up the gold that's backing the NAGAYA up in the gold reserve over here. But remember, the NAGAYA supply don't increase. 50 million, that's it. Right? That means the gold will keep increasing in the future, but the NAGAYA remains. That means in the future, there will be benefit for you to hold your NAGAYA because you're receiving gold increment. And of course, other benefits from the projects. Right? That means you're more likely to keep your asset rather than sell it. Right? And that's how we hope, we expect, we foresee that the price will constantly increasing with time. And this also provides with comfort and safety for vendors out there who are accepting the asset as a payment method, because they won't feel scared to accept NAGAYA as a payment method because it is backed by gold and has a legitimate company in Singapore. How is that? For a crypto asset, for a new, unique, revolutionary asset that we're about to introduce to the whole world right now. So as you can see here, most crypto assets out there is like the line in blue. They go up, if the value increases so high in the beginning, but then eventually the value drops. Right? Because again, there's no subsequent projects, there's no utilities. In terms of NAGAYA, the gold, as you can see the line in green, the supply of gold that's backing each NAGAYA up increases bit by bit. I'm not saying it increases a lot, right? It increases bit by bit, right? But at least, as you can see the line in red, the value of NAGAYA will not fall below the gold that's backing it up, right? Because you will not want to sell your NAGAYA below the value of the gold that's backing it up, and the value increases, right? Not only the value, but the amount of gold increases, right? So this is the concept of NAGAYA. This is how we expect that the value will be relatively more stable with a tendency to increase with time in the future, while at the same time maintaining your comfort and trust in the company. That is the concept of NAGAYA. Now, if you look at the long-term potential, as you can see, the value of gold since our forefathers' age all the way till our grandkids' age, the value increases with time. Bitcoin was not backed by gold at all, yet the value increases like crazy. What about NAGAYA? NAGAYA has a technology that is similar to Bitcoin. By the way, for you who is asking, NAGAYA is under the blockchain technology of Script, just like Litecoin. Total supply is 50 million. So NAGAYA is backed by gold. What about NAGAYA's value in the future? It is expected to skyrocket with time. Now let's take a look at the company's transparency. Now, whatever it is that I'm going to show you right now is not a must in the crypto asset industry. In fact, you can find other companies out there, other digital asset company out there that is willing to provide this much transparency as what Nagaya is showing. Because our vision is to build trust and value through legality and transparency. Transparency is one of our pillars, one of our strengths. And we want you to feel comfortable knowing that the gold is really there, projects is really there, company is really there. Now, as you can see here, this is the transparency of the gold. What was the gold like? Where is it kept? You can see it. Now, what you're seeing right now is what does the process look like of keeping the gold. Now, this is Mr. Johannes Chandra, as you've seen in the beginning, when he was keeping the gold in Singapore. We usually ask witnesses from over the world, maybe you can join us one day, to see the process of storage of the gold. This video, by the way, is available on YouTube. You can also take a look at it on our channel, Nagaya Technologies. So this is the place where the gold is kept. It's called as the reserve, previously known as the Safe House Singapore. So this is Nagaya co-founder, this is Yuli Yolanda, and this is what the storage process looks like. So inside your account, you can make a free account in Nagaya wallet, and you can see the data of where the gold is kept, what does the gold look like, what was the purchase, what was the price of the purchase, what's the box number, as you can see here, V0013, and it is sealed with a metal seal. So if you're in Singapore anytime around and you would like to hey, Danny, I would like to see the gold. We can take you to the place. And of course, book an appointment first, contact us, and we can always talk and show you around. So that's what the gold deposit purchase process look like. You can also take a look at it in the YouTube channel or in your back office in your Nagaya wallet. So how cool is that, right? So this is the project transparency. Every month, the project will show its profit or loss report. And from that, you can see how much gold and other benefits is distributed from the project every month. Also available in your Nagaya wallet at the back office. So this is our office in Singapore and South Korea. Our office in Singapore is in Geylang Road. You can also take a look at our office address inside our website, and our office in South Korea is in Gangnam. You can also pay us a visit anytime you're around. So this is our core management. CEO is Mr. Johannes Chandra, a German graduate, has been in the blockchain and crypto industry, been Bitcoin mining since 2011. Created Nagaya in the year 2018, of course, by consulting with a lot of economic experts, with a lot of banking experts, finance experts, gave us advice to create the ideal version of what a currency, of what an asset looks like. Our co-founder is Ibu Yuli Yolanda, Mrs. Yuli Yolanda. She's based in Singapore, serial entrepreneur, have businesses in multiple countries in Asia. Our Chief Business Development Officer is Professor Jong Hee-chul. He's based in South Korea. You're going to see more pictures of him later because we have plenty of utilities in South Korea. It's hitting ground in South Korea, Indonesia, Singapore. You don't want to miss the chance of having this asset. Chief Marketing Officer is Mr. Bruce Davis. He's been a CEO and entrepreneur in multiple companies, brought a lot of companies from $0 to $1 million companies. He's based in Utah in the United States. Chief Digital Media is myself. I've been a trainer and a consultant for various companies for 5 years before I decided to help in the management team of NAGAYA Technologies. And Chief Communication Officer is Ko Hui Hui. She was the head of marketing communication in Singapore Airlines before deciding to join us in NAGAYA Technologies core management. If you take a look here, our core management doesn't just consist of people who are experts in crypto or in technology. It also consists of people who are in government. It also consists of people, advisors, experts who are also in the field of marketing, entrepreneurship. So that, because we believe that creating a digital asset, creating a currency is not just about technology. The business concept also needs to be right. If we can marry both the technology and the business concept together, then we can create a secure asset that has a long-term potential to grow in the future. Our advisor is Mr. Mohammed Nizam Ismail. He was the former Deputy Director of MAS of Monetary Authority of Singapore. Until today, he's still active in... Okay, sorry, I have to... Okay, thank you. So, he's still active in the fields of finance, blockchain, crypto, and law in Singapore. Very revered and very respected gentleman in Singapore. So this is our community in Asia. We right now have plenty of holders already in Indonesia, in Singapore, in Malaysia, in South Korea, Vietnam, Thailand, and we want to introduce this asset, this concept to more people all over the world so that more people can gain access to NAGAYA and can know what NAGAYA is and can hold this asset for the future. Because we are not creating an asset that will just be around for 1, 2 months, 3 months, 5 months. We want to create an asset that provides value, that provides transparency, and will be around for tens, maybe even hundreds of years in the future. So this was when myself and Mr. Johannes Chandra was invited to speak in DAO Consensus Summit in Dubai, attended by several countries, of course. Big honor so that we can share the concept of NAGAYA to our fellow holders and future holders all over the world. And of course, we are looking to collaborate with wherever you are, whoever you are. So let's talk, let's see how we can collaborate and help each other and give value to each other and see how we can grow together. So this is what's amazing, right? NAGAYA right now is still in its ICO stage. And we have already signed an MOU with Sesong Corporation Limited. Now, Sesong Corporation Limited is building a mall, brick and mortar mall. It's called as P4 Lala Square. Now, there's P1 to P7. There's one that's in the middle. It's called as P4 Lala Square. It's going to be built as a smart mall. So you can see here together, this is what the mall will look like. If we use a lot of state-of-the-art intelligent smart mall AI blockchain kiosk system construction. The payment in the mall will only use crypto asset. You cannot pay with fiat currency, and you can only pay with digital assets. And out of the many digital assets out there, what is chosen to be the payment method in this mall is NAGAYA. How cool is that? That means if you have Bitcoin, if you have Ethereum, if you have USDT, Dogecoin, or other digital assets out there, you have to first convert it into NAGAYA coins so that you can make purchase inside this mall. How amazing is that? In its ICO stage, this crypto asset, this digital asset is already gaining recognition from a reputable developer who is currently building a mall. This mall will be operational in the year 2023. Right? That means if you found this recording, it will be next year. Construction has already happened right now. And the payment method will be using NAGAYA. How cool is that? So this is the kind of payment system that they're trying to create in that mall, P4 Lala Square. So there will be exchanges all over the mall, all right? And You can convert your fiat currency, you can convert your digital assets to NAGAYA in these exchanges throughout the world. Isn't that revolutionary? We want to introduce this concept to as many people, as many vendors, as many businesses as possible out there who is looking to accept crypto assets or who is looking to buy crypto assets but has this worry that the price will be dumped or the company will go missing. We're trying to create trust here. We're creating a crypto asset that is relatively more stable with a tendency to increase with time. It is hedged by gold and has a company that is full-fledged registered in Singapore. Besides Sesong Corporation Limited and also P4 Lala Square, NAGAYA has also signed an MOU with TrueZyme Corporation Limited, a skincare and cosmetic company based in Seoul in South Korea. As you can see here, this is the office of TrueZyme. So NAGAYA will be able to be used to purchase products and services that is offered by TrueZyme Corporation Limited, and NAGAYA holders just like yourself will be able to receive additional benefits in the form of discounts and promotions and everything like that. Let me just skip this part. So this is the CEO of TrueZyme Corporation Limited. Her name is Miss Hong Gyuri. So let me show you what is the MOU signing procedure looks like. Just skip this. So as you can see here, this is the MOU signing attended by NAGAYA CEO Mr. Johannes Chandra and NAGAYA's Chief Business Development Officer, Professor Jung Hee Cho. As you can see there, NAGAYA Technologies and TrueZyme Corporation Limited. Right? Let me remind you that all these utilities are achieved with NAGAYA being in its ICO stage. Right? What will happen once we are already listed and more people in the world knows about us? Not only that, we have also signed an MOU with the Korean Micro Enterprise Association, in which later on the companies that are registered under Korea Micro Enterprise Association will be able to accept NAGAYA as a payment method. Yeah, so we have also released our payment. Sorry, let me just grab this. Our very own payment platform is called as NAGAYA Pay Partners. It is right now still in its testing stage for these companies under the Korean Micro Enterprise Association. But later on, these companies in Korea will be able to accept NAGAYA as a payment method just by scanning the barcode. How cool is that? Again, ICO stage. We are looking to bring this big all over the world. We want to introduce this to as many people all over the world so that they can get an opportunity to figure out about NAGAYA and to gain NAGAYA as a payment method or as an asset that they can hold for life. How to purchase NAGAYA? If you're taking a look at this concept right now and you're like, yes, I want a part of this, I want a piece of this, how do I purchase? First of all, you can create a free NAGAYA wallet. And if you're watching the session live, I'm going to show you how to purchase after this, or you can go to www.nagaya.io and click register, how to become a holder. Right? And then you can top up your USD wallet using any of these available methods: bank transfer, Binance Coin, BUSD, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDT, ERC20 or TRC20. And then you can purchase your NAGAYA Poco coins however much you want. Right? If you have any questions, contact the person who has given you this information today. Get your NAGAYA today. Don't wait before you can purchase NAGAYA. Purchase NAGAYA and wait.
Halo semuanya, selamat datang di Nagaya Family Tim Benilu. Perkenalkan, nama saya Mr. Benilu. Bergabunglah bersama kami, Tim Benilu, the biggest team in Nagaya. Orang cerdas, pilih Nagaya. We are Nagaya Family, nagayakan Indonesia, viralkan Nagaya.